Hi guys, Charles Dewandeler here, and I'm going to do another free Photoshop tutorial. This is mostly for beginners because I'm going to show you some tricks that I wish I knew when I first started using Photoshop. I'm probably a medium level Photoshopper, so there are other people out there who can do a lot more fancy stuff than I can, but I'm going to show you what I can do to help out you beginners out there. So this is a photo I took with my friend Vanessa, who's a singer. And this is what the original photo looked like that I took. And I was hoping that we could get a recording studio that had the foam in the background, but it didn't have that. And also, I didn't like the look of this microphone. This is the windscreen here, and next to that is this black microphone that doesn't really show up very well on camera, especially because there's something black behind it, like the window or whatever. So this doesn't really show that there's a microphone there. And even though the purple does look kind of cool on the wall here, I didn't like that it wasn't foam. I was hoping for something that looked a little bit more official. So what I already did is I erased the background. And I have a separate Photoshop tutorial. If you want to see how I erase the background, I have a separate Photoshop tutorial that talks about how to erase backgrounds and replace backgrounds. So if you want, you can check that out. But for this one, I don't want to waste your guys' time. I want to jump right into it. So this is a new background with the foam that I found. As you can see, I erased the microphone and the background. So I just have Vanessa. So I have my picture that I took of Vanessa here, which is the only part that I need for her is the picture that I took of her. And everything else we can make up in Photoshop to make it the way I want it to look in my head. So, and somebody's texting me right now, but I'll check that later. Okay, so let's start with this picture of her in the background. And I also found this picture of a microphone that I like a lot better on the internet. Now, as you can see, this clip art microphone is not the same color as her. We're going to adjust that later. We're also going to tweak the colors on her and add some other fancy stuff. So first, I'm going to turn off the microphones so it doesn't get distracting. Let's take Vanessa and let's duplicate this twice. And actually, I don't want to duplicate the effect. Whoops. Alright, let me just do this. Let me just do copy, paste. Oh, it moved her over. Crap, I was worried that might happen. Oh, it moved her up too. I did not realize it was going to do that. Okay, so I want to save this original picture of Vanessa that I cropped. So I'm just going to move that down here and just save that. Up here are the layers I'm working with. In fact, I can make a folder. New. No. Man, trying to do stuff and talk about it at the same time is kind of hard. Okay, group. They don't call it folder, they call it group. Okay, but this is a folder. I'm going to put all of this stuff, just so this doesn't get too cluttered, I'm going to put all this stuff in the folder. Go in the folder. Oh, what the heck. Go in the folder. There we go. Ah, stop it. Oh, I can't put the background in the folder. Okay. This one that says background, this is the original picture when I first brought it in. Now, I could delete that if I want, but oh, can I unlock this? Never mind. So this is the original photo that I brought in before I started editing, and that's putting that as the background. It won't let me put it in the folder. So anyway, if I want to go back to my saved layers, I can go back there. But right now I always save, and I always recommend saving your layers because you never know, you might make a mistake. Like even when I was cutting out the background on her, I didn't get it perfect around her hair. So I may end up having to go back and redoing something. And to do that, you want to go back to the original layers. Okay, now here's what I want to do with her. I want to duplicate her twice. Right click, duplicate, right click, duplicate. This bottom one, I'm going to turn off. I don't want to look at that right now. The top one, because the purple side of her face, I had a purple light on her because she loves the color purple. So we're incorporating the color purple into this as much as possible. Yeah, same with the background. You know, the color on her face is purple from the purple light, and I also wanted a purple background to kind of match. Um, Now, a complementary color to purple, because it's opposite, is gold. So here's what I want to do. I want to try and Photoshop this side of her face to be more gold, to make it look like there's a gold light shining on her. The problem is, if I adjust the color of her, it'll also adjust the color of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the color of her as a separate layer and then erase the parts. And this will make sense in a second. So the top layer, I want to keep the purple. So let's turn off the top layer for now, and we'll turn it back on in a second, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This layer, I want to I'm going to adjust the whole layer, but I'm really just looking at this part of her face. So you go up here to Image, Adjustments, Color Balance. This is my favorite, this color balance thing is my favorite thing. So let's go in here and adjust, and it already is looking cool. Yellow. But I don't want it to look green. So I'm trying to tweak this. Remember, I'm not looking at this, I'm only looking at the gold. And just want to find the right. And I'm doing this all by eye. You know, I'm not using presets or using like a meter to tell me what to make. I'm just adjusting it by eye. Yeah, see, that looks too green to me, so I'm going to go this way a little bit more. That doesn't seem to make that much of a difference. Although I do kind of like that. Okay, the main thing is this yellow is all the way cranked. Let's go to highlights. Oh wow, look at that. That actually looks kind of cool. Okay, let me try that on the other one. Although, yeah, now I'm tempted though. Okay, go to highlight here. Just adjust slightly. Midtone, yellow. Oh, you know what else I could do? No, let's go back to more gold, but just a little bit of blue. The other thing I can do is I can go up here to Image Adjustments, Hue Saturation, and I can adjust the hue. Go a little bit more purple. Oh wow, that does look cool. Whoop, that's too far. Or more yellow this way. Oh, that does look cool, except it's getting a little bit green. Aha. Now we have something here. Go a little bit this way, so it gets a little bit green. But now, click OK. Now we'll go back into color balance. Now we'll adjust this a little bit more. Add a little bit more yellow. Pull this a little bit away from the green. Yellow. Go to the highlight, just put a little bit of blue in there. Okay, right now you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but this will all make sense in a minute. Okay, that's not bad. Now remember, we can always go back to our unaffected one there, but this is our affected one. Okay. Now, that's our yellow, because I wanted to get that side of her to be gold. But I want to keep this side of her purple. So watch this. Now that we're back in the layer above the gold, we're going to go to our eraser tool. Let's make this bigger. Yeah, that's a good size. Now let's zoom in a little bit so I can see with more detail what I'm doing. I want to just erase the part of her that I want to be gold. So like this thing, I want to be gold. This part of her hair and her face. Actually, let's undo that. Let's go a little bit down and a little bit bigger. So right now I'm erasing on the top layer all this stuff on the left side where that light on the left is shining. Even her eye right here, it's shining on. In here. This eye. A little bit of her nose. In here, on her lip. Down here. Alright, her neck down here. Right there, right there, right there, right there. And her hand on this side. Okay. Let me, because it's a little bit harsh of a line right there, let me make this a little bit bigger and then just go like that and like that, make it more of a soft. Okay, yeah, that's more soft now. Put it more soft right there. More soft right there. A bit more soft on the neck. Okay, now we're talking. Oh, I missed the cheek. A little bit right there. That's too much. All right, now. Okay. Now we can shrink this back down. Put the opacity back to 100. And put this back to 25. Okay, now you see how that side of her is the gold and this side is a purple. Now let's try something with this. I want to try making the purple more purple. So let's go to Image, Adjustments, Color Balance. I kind of liked when I added a little bit of blue. No, that's too much blue. Let's add a little bit of purple this way. A little bit of red. And a little bit of blue. I like that brings up this red here and this blue here bring up the detail in her hair a little bit. Kind of like that. I don't want to go too much though. Alright, now the other thing we can do is we can bring the levels up a little bit. So let's go to adjustment levels. And by adjusting, this is white and this is black. So in this levels mode, in the default mode, when we bring this down, it's going to brighten everything. Because it's saying, instead of making this 100%, we want this to be 100%. And if we go like that, it's going to, whatever we pull this down to, that's going to be 100% white. Or 100% brightness, I should say. 100% brightness. This is 0 brightness. So if we go like this, it's going to make everything below this line 0. And if we go like this, it's going to make everything above this line 100% bright. So what I just want to do is I just want to bring up the brightness maybe a little bit. And probably what's better, because I don't want to make her skin like blurry, like blown out. Let's take this one instead and move this. This way, yeah, we can keep the top where it was. And this is just adjusting like those mid-tone levels there. Maybe I should have done this before I did the color. Alright. So that brings up those levels a little bit. Now what I need to do is go to the golden one. Adjust the levels here also. Maybe. Yeah, see, I think her skin is too dark there on this side. I wish I had a brighter light on her. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just bring up the brightness like this. So now the brightness looks better. And now I'm wishing I would have done the brightness before I did the color. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Hue Saturation. I'm just going to bring the saturation down a little bit, because now the color is a little bit too bright and too orangey. Image adjustments, color balance. That's with no yellow, but I want to bring in a little bit of yellow, but not too much. I mean, that does look cool, but it kind of looks like black and white. Like there's not enough color, so if I can just bring it in a little bit, it'll help highlight. Now, the next step is, I think that's pretty good. Maybe I'll adjust it more later. Now, we got to bring in this. And here's the trick to the microphone. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to rasterize a layer. We're going to duplicate it twice. And now I want to make the left side of this purple. Color balance, let's go full purple. Maybe what happens if I go like this with the red, and then make this go blue. Maybe that's too far. I'm trying to match the purple here to the purple on her in the background. Let's see, shadows. Go back to midtones. Starting to look pretty good. Alright, that's starting to look pretty good. I'm going to go with that for now. But now, everything is purple, not just this side. So what I want to do, go back to my eraser, and I want to erase everything on this side of that shadow right there. Alright, so check this out. In fact, I can put the one behind it to show what it's going to look like. If I click and I hold shift and I go like that, it's going to make a straight line. I kind of like the idea of making that bottom part purple. And then making this part gold. Alright, that's pretty good. So now that I've erased that side, now this side is purple. Now I want to make this side gold. Let's go to image, adjustments, color balance. Let's put the gold all the way. Maybe we'll adjust this a little bit. Maybe a little bit like that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Alright, so now, as a matter of fact though, now what I want to do is I want to have a little bit of silver. So let's turn this layer back on. Let's go to here. Let's erase this part of the shadow and a little bit down here. And then let's go to the yellow one and just erase a little bit here. Maybe this will come out the way I want it to. Maybe I shouldn't have done that part. Let's just erase this shadow here and a little bit there. And now, levels. I can either make that brighter. No, I don't like the way it looks. So I could try and make it darker. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. Let's try the mid. Yeah, just adds a little bit of shadow. Okay, what you saw me do there is I took this layer, so this is the bottom layer. I just made that a little bit darker. So now there's the gold layer, and there's the purple layer. So now let me just erase a little bit more of the gold layer. You know, I think that looks pretty good. Maybe I'm not going to mess with that one that much more. Um, so now this layer is the bottom layer. I'm just going to erase. Whoops, went too far. I just want to erase the edge so that I don't have two competing edges there. Alright, and on this side, I don't want to have two competing edges there. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now the problem I'm having with this is I just don't like the color of this side of her face right there. So let's go back to the original, which looks like that. I'm going to just delete that. I'm going to duplicate it again. Turn off the background. Now that I have all the layers the way I want them, I'm going to go back to the original, and I'm going to go up here to levels. I just want to bring the brightness of her skin up a little bit like that. Okay, now I'm going to go into, see, this is why you save the backgrounds, because now it's so much easier to go back and just start over. We're going to go to color balance, boom, go to more gold, but not too far, and then in highlights go a little bit blue. Yeah, that looks good. A little more gold, maybe put this a little bit to the purple, a little bit to the red, maybe a little bit more gold. Yeah, it's hard to get it just right. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. In fact, I'm going to go down now to adjust here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm going to go down now to here. Just going to, whoops, just erase a little bit more of the yellow on the microphone. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So now she looks a little bit gold on this side and purple on that side. That's what I want. Now we're going to add some more effects to this. I have some layers that I bought online. Okay, those are fireworks. Flying fabric. We don't want that. Fog. You can buy these kind of cheap. I bought these for, I bought the whole package for like, it was on sale for like 37 bucks or something. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. I just want to see something real quick with this. I might not actually use it. So I dropped in this fog and all the black I want to get rid of. So I'm going to turn this over to the screen. That doesn't really look right. But that doesn't necessarily mean fog is the wrong way to go. Maybe just that's not the right kind of fog. Background. Oh, let's try a little one like this. Switch this over to screen. It's not too bad, but it still kind of looks weird. Okay. Let's go to some other ones we have here. We don't want Halloween, we don't want lightning, we're not outside. Skies, no. Rainbow, no. Rose petal. Roses? Nah, not for this one. Soap. Starry sky. Sun lens flare. Okay, I do want some type of lens flare, but I'm not sure which one exactly. So I gotta go. I mean, this one might look kind of cool, but maybe not for this photo. Just adjust for size. Now, hold on, edit, free transform. Go a little bit off. That actually looks pretty cool, just like that. Now the edging on her hair is showing that I didn't get a perfect edge there. But let's switch this to screen. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. It is kind of cool. Let me try this. Let me try putting it back in again. Let me try stretching it a lot more. Yeah, let's stretch it even more. Yeah, something more like that. Yeah, now we're talking. This is getting closer. This is getting closer. Let's click that. Now let's go here to my eraser. Let's shrink it down a little bit because I can see. Ah, no! You piece of crap. Go smaller. Okay. I can see a little bit of edging there. I want to erase from when I was erasing around the edge of her earlier. I didn't want to show you all the erasing because it would take a long time. Actually, I can erase on this one too. Okay, let's go back to her here. Now let's switch this to screen so that it still shows the background mixed in. And here's the other problem I have with this is it does kind of look cool with these circles here, but the circles to me look a little bit too defined. So let's rasterize layer. Let's filter Gaussian blur. I'm going to put the same amount of blur that was on the background because it like saves it when you do it, it saves it in there. Let's go to screen now. Now I can't decide which one. I kind of like it without the background now. That actually looks cooler than I thought it was going to. But let's go back to screen. And let's just bring it down a little bit. No? Okay, that's with nothing. And that's with all of it. I know what to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to go to 12. I'm going to take my eraser. I'm going to go super big with the eraser. I'm just going to go like that. And like this. Let's go even bigger with it like that. Okay, this is going to make sense when I zoom back in. See, a lot of Photoshop is just playing around with stuff. That's why it can take forever to kind of get exactly what you want. And now, let's go. So this is with nothing, and that's with it in there. Now, this is what we're missing. This is what we're missing. We want to take all of this. Right click, feather. I did a 250 feather when I was adjusting before I started recording. Now let's go up to color. Color balance. Now let's make this like gold. I want this to be less blue and more gold. In fact, there's deselect. There's something else we can do to make that even better. Let's go over here. Let's find another lens flare. Like maybe not that one. Oh, that one could work. That one's not bad. Let me just see something. We're just gonna test this out, see how it looks. Switch this to screen. Put this on the top. Does that look good? I don't know. I don't like the way that looks. Alright, let's go down to the one that I had before that I thought was kind of cool. That one. Alright, let's try this one. Hopefully this one's not too much. Now see, the bottom part is cropped out, so to make that look natural, I want to take it all the way to the bottom. Let's make this 12 again, so I can stretch this part up. Okay. I'll go back to 25. Now let's put on screen. So now that looks pretty cool, except it's too much. Let's rasterize it again. Let's change the color because I want it to be gold, but more gold and purple. Edit, adjustments, color balance. Yeah, the gold I like. We can even add a little bit more gold, but I also want to add more purple so it matches better. That's a lot of purple. I kind of like it with blue, actually. Because I don't want everything to be too purple. You know, I want different colors in there. Let's click OK. Now, I don't like that all this stuff is happening on her face, so I'm going to go back to my eraser. Make the eraser really big. I'm just going to boop. Wait, undo. Actually, let's not erase everything. Let's put this down to 50. 50% transparency. That looks kind of cool. Let's do it one more time. Undo. Yeah, we'll do it one more time. Let me go down a little bit. Alright. Now it's starting to look really stylized, which I like. Let's see, what else can we do to adjust this? Oh yeah, I want to add some gold glitter. Actually, you know what I should have done? No, it's probably okay. I was thinking I should have blurred the microphone a little bit. Actually, let's do this. Let's take her. I realized when I zoomed in, she's slightly blurry. That's because my camera's not perfect. And if you don't have it exactly perfect, then it can be slightly out of focus. Let's go to sharpen, smart sharpen. I just want to add a little bit of sharpen. So let's say that might be too much. Let's go back. Let's put it like here and here. Yeah, something like that. Click OK. Now remember we got to do it on this layer too. Smart sharpen. We'll just do the same amount of smart sharpen. Now the microphone. Let me just flatten. flatten those 3 layers. I don't really want to, whoops, step backward. That was dumb. I don't want to flatten the whole image. I just want to merge layers. I'm dumb. Merge layers, filter, blur, Gaussian blur. I just want to blur this a little bit so it kind of looks like it's out of focus, but not that much. Just a little bit like that. Yeah. See, that's too sharp compared to her. Just a little bit out of focus. Alright, good. Now on her, maybe I could adjust the gold a little bit. Image adjustments, color balance. Don't want to go too much. Go a little bit more gold and highlights a little bit more blue, so it blends more. Image adjustments, hue saturation. Let's try messing with the saturation a little bit. No, that's not good. Let's try hue. No, I don't like that either. Image adjustments levels. Let's just make her skin a little bit brighter. But not too much. Just a little bit like that. Okay. Adjustments. Color balance. A little bit more gold. A little bit of red. A little bit of gold. Okay, now remember, this is with nothing, it looked like that. And then with the gold added, now it looks like that. So I'm just trying to pump it up just a little bit without going too far. Okay, you can turn the background off. And on this one, I can use the eraser on the gold side. I can use the eraser and erase some of the background because I don't want it to compete with the purple one. So remember, all that edging is on the purple one. Okay, now we can probably still add a little bit to this. I want to find some... Oh, I know what I want. I want to go blowing snow. See, we could add, if this was a different type of picture, we could add snow to it. Watch this. Put snow in there, and then put screen. Looks like snow is blowing. But we don't want it to look like it's coming out of her face, but we don't want snow, because that doesn't really make sense. Color leaks. This is what we do want some of this. Let me see if I can find one that already is purple so that it doesn't feel like it's too out of place, although screen. See, that's not terrible. Here's one that's already purple. Screen. Well, it's a little bit more reddish, but it's kind of purple. So I'm just going down until I find... Actually, you know what? This layer, I should put Gaussian blur on that one too. Maybe I didn't put enough. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Put a little bit more blur on it. Yeah. Alright, come back here to these. We are going to find something here that we like eventually. Screen. I kind of like that. Right click, rasterize layer. We're going to use the eraser tool just to erase these edges. See how this has an edge right here? We're just going to erase. Whoops, I got to put this back up to 100%. We just want to erase this edge right here. Yeah, see, I just want a little bit of glow in the corner down there. I don't want the edging from the edge of the box to show. Alright. Ooh, this one's kind of cool. I've used that before. Oh, this one. This is another purple one. Let's go to screen. Yeah, I want that one. See, it has a little edge up here too. Rasterize layer. We're just going to click, hold shift, click. Now that's all gone. Good. In fact, we can even lower the opacity if we want. Just see, we might not want to go all the way to 100%. We might want to go down to like 50% or something. Same thing with this one. That one might be too bright. We just want to bring in a little bit just to add a little bit of glow. Yeah, that looks pretty cool actually. I like it a lot. Okay, let's see. Let's just double check and see if there's any that we're missing. Now you see what we have now is instead of that smoke that we were looking at before, we have these other layers that are not smoke. And I think these layers that are not smoke actually look better than the smoke. Let's rasterize layer. Let's erase this. Although maybe that's not too bad. Yeah, it's a little bit distracting. Maybe it's okay. Let me adjust the color actually. Image, adjustments, color balance. Let's see, what looks better? This one actually doesn't seem to adjust it, but this one does. It adjusts a lot. I can't decide how orange I want and how much purple I want. Let's check that one more time. That's without. That's with it. I'll keep it. Let me put it behind those. It looks the same. Okay, now I think we're done putting in all the glints and glares and stuff, but I do want to find the gold sparkles. Where are those? Film burn. Film burn is a lot like light leaks, but just slightly different. Oh yeah, the hearts. I did put some hearts in her pictures before. Let me just see something here. Might not do it this time. Let's put it behind her. Let's put it screen. Rasterize layer. That's without, that's with. Maybe not this one. There might be better hearts. Ah, the purple ones. Yeah, this is what I used before for her. A different photo I did. If you want to see the other, I did a couple other photos with her. If you want to see those, you can go to my Instagram. Okay, now they're a little bit too pixelated, so I want to make them look out of focus, so I'm going to do Gaussian blur again. Yeah, that looks better. Now, let's go to screen. Screen! Oh man, it looks better without the screen. Let me just see this too. Let me see what this looks like without the screen. No. Oh, you know what? I wish I had saved this one. I wish I had saved a layer of that so I could see what it looks like without the background in there. Let's put this screen back on. Screen. That's without. That's with, without, with. Alright, let's just blur. Let's just Gaussian blur the crap out of these. Like, yeah, so they're more subtle. Something like that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Alright. Maybe I don't need glitter because I put those in, but let me just see if I can find the glitter. Rainbow. Tree branch. Tropic. No, we're not doing tropic. Oh, more sun lens flares similar to the other ones. Soap bubbles. Fog. No. Debris cloud blowing kisses. What are blowing kisses? Oh, yeah. Autumn aurora. No, we're not doing aurora. Yeah, we're not doing lightning. We already looked at those. Okay, light leaks, film burn. They're all the same. Heart bokeh. We did that. Oh, that was a cool one too. Natural sun, light leaks. Yeah, don't like those. Single cloud tree branch. Confetti. We could add confetti to this. But let's not do that. That'll be too much. Gold glitter. This is what I was looking for. Found it. Okay. Yeah, this is what I want. And again, the reason I want to add gold glitter is because gold and purple are opposites. So to make the purple not just dominate the image and you want something to like complement it or like yeah, I think complement is the best word I can think of. You know, I want to complement the oh, those are bigger than I thought they were going to be. Yeah, see, I just want to let's rasterize layer, put it back on the screen. See, I want the gold to complement, but that might not be the right gold. Okay, there's got to be a gold where they're smaller. Wait, what's light hits again? Oh yeah, it's the sum. The light hits are the same as the one that says sun flare. Owl. Rain. Realistic smoke. See, here's some more smoke options that we could use. Screen. Nah, I don't like it. I don't want it to look like there's smoke in the room with her when she's recording. That won't be the right look. Smoke. Sparkling. Oh, yeah, these are like if you want to add sparkles to a bonfire. If they have a bonfire, you want to look like there's little sparkles coming off it. Okay, let's go back to gold glitter. Let's try this one. Oh, it's little stars. Screen. You see something here. That looks weird. To me, that looks too distracting. I want something. Let's try this. And make it upside down. Screen. Oh, that's not too bad. We're getting closer to what I'm looking for. We're getting closer. Worst case, I'll leave it like that. Let me just see if there's something better though. This is like the same thing but like a lot more. Nah, I don't want it that cluttered. Oh, here's one. So what I'll do is I'll put something in and I'll compare it to what's already there. So like, for example, this one I might like, and I want to decide, do I like this one better? Or do I like this one better? Yeah. Now that I look at it, it's not that bad. Maybe I do like that one better. That one's a little bit more subtle. This one has something to it that I like. Let me drop that one in again. Wait, let me just double check the other ones. Ooh! Wait, let's try this one. I have an idea. Screen. But see, I don't want them on her face. So I'll right click, rasterize, I'll make the eraser really big, and I'll erase it from her face. Wait, undo. Erase it from right there. I like that one up in the corner, I don't want to erase that one. Interesting. Okay, this one is a little bit distracting to me. And this one is a little bit distracting as well. The other ones are really blurry, but this one's really sharp. So let's filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Yeah, let's just Gaussian blur the heck out of that one. Deselect. Or maybe, let's just erase it. Oh yeah, let's just go like that. That's better. That's not as distracting. Let's go to image, color balance. Huh, weird. Adding a little bit of red. Yeah, I kind of like those colors better. I think of the lens a little bit better. Alright, what are we missing here? Wait, what's that little thing right there? Is that on her? Sometimes you see little artifacts. Ah, that's from this one. Sometimes you see little artifacts and you don't know where they come from. Look, there's like a little dot right there. Why can't I erase that? What the heck is going on? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer, that's why. Okay, now we got it. You always gotta check what layer is selected over here, so you're working on the right layer. Okay, what else are we missing here? Ooh, I should put a glint on the microphone. Watch this. Watch this. Let's go back. So I think we figured out what gold we want. I think this gold works pretty good, although we could double check it against the other gold. Ooh, what if we put both together? Is that too much? Sometimes you have to decide on one thing before you move on to the next thing, otherwise you'll forget what you were doing. Let's erase some of this junk around here. Okay, now watch this. We're going to go to, not light hits, we want like a glare. No. I think we want the sun light leaks again. So, sparkling photo? Oh no, that's the one I said what that was. Bare branch, poppies, tulips, soap bubbles, don't want those. We want sun lens flare again, but we want one that goes, oh, I know what to do. Oh wait, that's a good one. Okay, we'll use a sun lens flare. I'll show you why. Let me just double check that there's not a better one. So even though it says sun lens flare, we're going to use this on the microphone. So watch this. Screen. Put it down like this. And maybe make it smaller, like that. I don't like that that's going into her face, so let's rasterize layer. Let's boop, boop, that's gone, boop, boop, that's gone. Where's the other edge of that? Oh good, it doesn't really show. Oh, right here it shows a little bit of an edge. I don't know, the other edge might be up here, but it's not really showing. Okay, good, that looks pretty good. So now we have, I'm just going to blur it slightly. Blur, Gaussian blur. Too much, go down. Do 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 do. Now there's a little lens flare coming off the microphone right there. And the easy way to do it is to find the brightest part And the brightest part to me is this part right here. You just drop the lens flare on the brightest part, and it looks like the light is shining off of it. Alright, that looks pretty good. What else could we possibly be missing? I mean, we've like really loaded this thing up with all these silly layers and stuff. You know what I do want to do? I just want to erase a little bit of... I didn't get a good clean edge on her hair, so I just want to erase a little bit of the edge on the hair up here. Just a little bit like this. That'll blend it a little bit better. See, I don't want to go completely into it like that, because then that'll look bad. I can just go into it a little bit. Then I think I have to go back on this one too. Clean it up here. It's hard to get everything perfect, you know? Well, it takes time. But no matter how much time you put into it, you'll still look at it and be like, it's still not perfect. So you just got to kind of focus on what's the most noticeable. You'll never get everything perfect, so just focus on what's the most noticeable part, what's distracting to your eye. And I think that looks pretty darn good. Alright, I think it's pretty much done. I'm going to probably just tweak this a little bit more because I don't want to bore you guys. But I'll tweak it after I stop recording. So, if you guys want to see what I do with the final product, go to my Instagram, Charles Dewandeler, and oh look, that's the picture of Vanessa that's in my photos. So go to, if you want to see the final version of what this looks like when I'm done with it, go to my Instagram, Charles Dewandeler, and then you can look at that and you can look at all my other photos and stuff. And look, these are the other photos I did with Vanessa, and I have like little hearts in the background, and I have little like lens flare things on the lights. And then here's a close-up of her that I really liked. I have little lens flares on the lights and the hearts on the wall in the background and a little bit of purple in the corner. So I thought those ones came out. This is one of my favorite photos actually. So I thought those came out pretty good. But what I wanted to do, oh, here's another one that has gold glitter. I put some gold glitter in that one. But what I want to do with this one specifically is to make it look like she's in a recording studio, but make it look like really flashy. I don't want it to be a plain, you know, again, how do I show what's in the folder here? Oh no, I clicked out of Photoshop somehow. Here we go. You know, again, the original photo is like this. And even though that does, you know, it's not a terrible photo, but, you know, this is more like what I want to do with it is add all those other layers and stuff. So just to review, here's, oh, that even just looks cool just like that. Just adding a little bit of color there. Okay, here, watch this. Let's turn off the microphone. Here's her with the color adjustments. Here's without the color adjustments. Here's with the color adjustments. Now, oh, this is the regular photo. Here's with the color adjustments. Here's with getting some like little lens flares in there. Boom! Oh my god, that's so cool. Here's a little bit in the corner, a little bit at the bottom, just to like overdo it. And that actually looks kind of cool just like that. But then throw a little bit of gold glitter in there to accentuate the purple. And Just checking the edge on that. And then, you add the good microphone and the lens flare on the microphone. But then you take away the background. Now she's in front of that background, the fake background. And then you add some hearts and some more like lens flare stuff. Actually, let's put that behind the hearts. That doesn't really make a difference. You add this like lens flare stuff kind of glowing down on her face, kind of making it like angelic looking. And now you've got a really crazy photo that looks a lot different than just this photo. Boom, boom, boom. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I'm going to just go through and just maybe tweak this a little bit more. And then if you want, check out Charles Dewandeler on Instagram and see what the final product looks like. And if you want to see more Photoshop tutorials in the future, click that subscribe button. All right, thanks guys. Bye.